Good afternoon, everybody. Uneducated Economist here. So the markets took a pretty substantial hit today. I think the Dow was down like close to 800 points, I think, before I started the video. 760, something like that. Lumber has fallen with it. Had a huge drop again today. We are now around the 550 level and heading down. Like between 550, 500. This kind of level with the pricing for November contracts is what you would typically see at the higher end of lumber as far as an average it would go. Like 550 would be considered a high price. We have just come down from 1,000 per 50 or per thousand. I'm sorry, 1,000 per thousand, and right now we're sitting in the November contracts down in the mid 500s to low 500s. I foresee the price of lumber dropping substantially come the new year. I think it's going to take a little time to work through, to get the inventory built, to get the supply chains reestablished. When that happens, the price is going to come down dramatically, because that's going to be at the same time that we have the lull in building. See, like, we're towards the end of the building season right now. This is like, there's still a lot of projects starting and will continue to start all the way through the entire year. But the bulk of it, the big time building season, we have just passed that. This is it. If there was any time that there is a peak, it's now. Okay? And we probably just experienced it. At least for building. And the reason is that it's wintertime. When it comes into bad weather, then you have a harder time, constructing homes. Not saying that it doesn't happen. It's just people try and do it during the summer, get the framing of the house done, and then work on the interior of the house during the wintertime, during the bad weather. So the markets dropping substantially like they are. If you look at gold and silver, you look at lumber, you look at a lot of some of these indicators out there, including the US dollar index, and you'll see that the US dollar is gaining strength. Okay, just a little bit, but it happened to go up today, at the same day that everything else is going down. And a lot of people have wrote the dollar off. They're like, the dollar is it's no good, right? It's going to hyperinflate away. There's a lot of things that people say about the dollar out there that are assumptions. And one of these assumptions is that the amount of printed money out there is going to cause a hyperinflation scenario. And what I think about out there is the demand for dollars. Like, how much demand out there in the world is there for US currency? See, it's not just the United States. The US dollar is supplying the world with a currency. Not the individual nations, but those individual nations to do transactions with. And it leads me to believe that if these nations start to have some serious issues with their currency, they're going to look to the US dollar as a safe haven. There is going to be a bigger demand for dollars. A lot of people don't see that. They look at the dollar and they think, okay, countries are going to abandon the dollar. It's on its way out. And, that could very well be the case. But in the short term, I think the demand for dollars is going to increase. And I have a feeling that at some point here in the future, we are going to have a buying opportunity in gold and silver again. We're going to have a buying opportunity in stocks. We're going to have a buying opportunity in a lot of stuff. And if you're not sitting on the cash, you're going to have a problem getting into those assets. I know a lot of people don't think about it, cash being king, but it is. There's nothing else out there in the world that comes even close to it. When it does get replaced, I'm sure it's going to be with a digital currency. In fact, I came across an IMF paper that I've been reading, and we'll discuss this a little further. All right, Uneducated Economist, you guys let me know.